Oh shit, champion roadmap. Sisters divided. Is this Morgana? Is this Morgana and Kayle? This has to be Morgana and Kayle. Hey guys, we're back with the final champion roadmap of the year. This season, the champions team has been focusing slightly more on VGUs and slightly less on new champions. So I won't be mimicking the last couple blog posts exactly. Instead, we'll be focusing mostly on the upcoming VGUs. We do have a few new champions in development, including a rather colorful mage that won't stay hidden for too much longer. New champion teaser, boys. New champion teaser. It's a bit far away to go in. Okay, so I actually kind of assumed the next champion would be a mid laner. I mean, I guess mage doesn't necessarily mean mid laner, but come on, it's a mid laner. Snowball has no brakes. Here we go, baby. Here we go, baby. NUNU and Willem just around the corner. We can go into a little more detail on what's planned for the dynamic duo. As stated last time, our goal is to bring NUNU and Willem's kit up to modern standards while also rolling them towards a more whimsical tone. We tried out a ton of iterations for their kit, and in the end it felt right to keep their ultimate intact. Okay, so he's got the exact same ultimate, so we already know one of his abilities. Absolute Zero is a high impact ability that many players know and love. Current NUNU can struggle landing it. We're looking to give them more agency to set up plays around their ult by utilizing the rest of their kit. Okay, so that to me right away tells me mobility. Because unless you have someone locking them down and keeping them in that ultimate, you know, NUNU walks up and you can just walk away. So that tells me NUNU's mobile. We also wanted to keep Consume because it's okay, so we know two of his abilities now. It's a very iconic ability and gives them their unique niche as objective control junglers. We also know that they're keeping him as a jungler. The rest of the kit will have significant changes in order to give NUNU and Willem more ways to set up creative and hilarious plays that will keep the two telling stories and laughing late into the night. Okay, so I already like this a lot. Don't really know what this piece of art is. Is that a hat? That looks like a hat and a back. Yeah, hat, backpack, and a sword. I like the way that they're teasing NUNU. They're setting him up to be creative and hilarious. More ways to set up creative and hilarious plays. So they're keeping like the core character of the champion of like this very whimsical, kind of dumb, goofy champ. So I like that already. So let's get into the rest of this stuff. Bringing Ezreal out of the museum. What? Ezreal is an extremely popular champion and his gameplay has held up well over the years. We didn't need a map to know that dramatically changing his abilities would be... Wait, are they redoing Ezreal? We'll be updating that ability to be more in line. They're updating his W. Theme of an ace spell slinger, lining up shots then knocking them down. So probably like land your W and then it gives bonuses to your Q is what I'm thinking. Ezreal's fantasy of a young, sharpshooting adventurer is pretty appealing, but once you get him in game, his model, animations, and voiceover don't really live up to the promise. Wait, he has a whole voiceover? I've only heard him say, "Who needs a map?" I thought he only had the one voice line. We'll be rebuilding Ezreal's auto and visuals from the ground up. Dude, what? That's kind of disappointing, honestly. There's so many champions that need a visual update more than Ezreal. I mean, his isn't great. But, hey, Brown Panda, what's up, man? We're looking through the champion roadmap stuff. Family transcends all binding. So this is Morgana and Kayle, obviously. Let's talk about another iconic League of Legends duo, Kayle and Morgana. Time has been a pretty kind judge to Morgana, though not so kind to her sister, Kayle. For both of the winged sisters, we'll be evolving their art with a new theme that binds their narratives together and gives them a stronger place in the League universe. As for their gameplay, Morgana's has held up well over the years, so if we do change anything, it'll likely be adjustments to her passive or W. Those are the exact things I was going to say that need adjusted. The fact that they say if we do change anything makes me think that like they haven't even started this project, which is a little worrying. It's like these are still like in the chalkboard phase. Kayle, on the other hand, will be receiving bigger changes to her kit, which makes sense. We want to preserve Kayle's identity as a champion who starts as a melee ranged hybrid champion, and as the game goes on, ascends to become a ranged powerhouse, raining down holy judgment on any who she deems unworthy. Not only do we want to preserve this, but we want to embrace it, so reflected in more than just her stats rating through her entire theme. Sisters are still a ways off. Meh, boo. Look for more info on their development in the next roadmap scheduled for early next year. So I would expect them to probably come out. We'll start getting information somewhere around like February, March, and they'll maybe be out in April or May. That's it for today, guys. Okay, so pretty solid champion roadmap. The stuff that I'm really excited for is the NUNU. Like, knowing that there's a new mage comes out with this teaser image is like kind of whatever. But the NUNU stuff is really interesting to me, because I think it would be super interesting if they develop NUNU as like a junglery support type to like kind of mirror what they've done with Ivern, who is a supporty jungler. Looks like they're still keeping him as a jungler, just what I can tell from the wording in this. But I like what I hear. They're keeping his ultimate and they're keeping Consume. So there's really only 2 abilities that we don't know about. But we can kind of take from this hints in the right direction. Like, we're looking to give them more agencies to set up plays around their ult by utilizing the rest of the kit. That to me tells me that it's probably mobility. Unless it's something like totally off the wall that no one's ever seen before. That pretty much says he's going to be mobile. He's going to have some sort of mobility. And I also want to state that they've said in the past, now this might have changed, but they have said in the past that NUNU is they're looking to create this whole like fantasy of like playing 2 champions in one, kind of like what they tried to do with Kindred, but they're really focusing on that as a theme for NUNU. And you can tell here, even like every time they're not just saying NUNU, like they're not just saying the name of the champion. It's NUNU and Willump, NUNU and Willump, NUNU and Willump, NUNU and Willump. But good stuff. I feel like we learned a lot from this champion roadmap, and stay tuned, because I'm really interested in this NUNU rework, and God knows I'm going to be playing him support. So cool.